Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. We are back with another Horrorpack unboxing. Interesting thing about this month's Horrorpack, apparently the limited edition is signed, so I'm kind of happy about that. If you don't know what Horrorpack is, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Monthly subscription service, you pay, I think is it 20? Yeah, $20 US. You get 4 DVDs or 4 Blu-rays, depending on what you want. I always go with Blu-rays because, I'm a Blu-ray fan. They're all horror, obviously. You don't know what you're getting, but they do put out some clues on Twitter and Instagram. I got those written down here. Just so you can kind of guess, what it is that you're going to get. I paid for these out of my own pocket. This isn't sponsored, so I let you know, good, bad, or indifferent, how I actually feel about these. It's been some good months, there's been some bad months. But usually the limited edition pays for it. If you consider that your main purchase and everything else is just bonus features, you usually don't come off too bad. So yeah, let's get into this. I'll start with the clues. First one. This pandemic project will have you on the edge of your seat. Okay, so obviously shot during the pandemic. So something like Host, that Shudder film. There's a few others like Dashcam. I know that was shot during the pandemic. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, self-fulfilling prophecies sure are bloody. I have no idea for that one. Honestly, that could be... I don't know. I'll just assume, it means prophecies literally, literal prophecy. I don't know. We'll find out. Next up, when a kidnapping goes too far, things become violent. My thought there automatically goes towards No One Lives, which is a kick-ass movie. If that's in here, that's a movie that was slept on by so many people. So who knows? It could be. And last up, relive the horror with this gory, award-winning indie film. I don't know. Relive the horror. So obviously, maybe I don't want to say a remake of something, but I don't know. So we'll find out. Let's get into this. As I say every time I do one of these videos, if you have the money to spare, this is definitely a good investment because it's a good way to expand your collection and a good way to get some stuff that maybe you weren't totally interested in at the time, or something, or even sometimes it's really good for upgrades, So let's start out with the first movie we have here is... Oh, I've never heard of this. Okay. Zach Parker's Proxy. In the last month of her pregnancy, Esther Woodhouse is savagely beaten in an alleyway by an unknown assailant and loses her baby. To aid in her recovery, she attends a support group for grieving parents where she meets Melanie, who claims her son and husband were killed by a drunk driver. Esther and Melanie develop a friendship, but soon it becomes clear that both are harboring much darker secrets than they initially let on. And when both their lives are transformed by another shocking act of violence, they find that recovery may be impossible. With widely unpredictable twists and turns, Proxy is a fascinating, unnerving, and endlessly unpredictable psychological thriller. Wow. Special features are over 45 minutes of additional Blu-ray exclusives, behind-the-scenes, featurettes, extended interviews, trailers. This actually sounds quite good. We'll see. Next up, this one's got a slipcover, so let's see. It is... Never heard of this one either. To Your Last Death. This looks to be like an animated thing. That's kind of cool. After emerging as the sole survivor in a deadly revenge game set up by her father to punish his children, Miriam receives an offer from a supernatural entity to go back in time and try again. Now Miriam must survive both her father's bloodlust and the game master's ever-changing rules to save her siblings as she relives the worst night of her life. Wow. Okay. I have never heard of this. Cool. So yeah, that's completely blind to me. Next up. Okay, this is the Horrorpack limited edition. Yeah, it's signed. This is oh, okay. This one's kind of unique. This is 73 minutes, and it's apparently a Horrorpack original. So Monica is driving home after an intimate encounter when she gets a call from a private number. The anonymous caller threatens her daughter's life if she doesn't deliver a client file to him. He sends her coordinates to a location 73 minutes away and warns her not to deviate from the GPS instructions or call the police. Now she has 73 minutes to figure out what the caller wants with the file. She enlists the help of her lover to solve the mystery in order to save her daughter. But as they get closer to finding out the identity of the caller, they realize that all their lives are in peril. Nice. Yeah. Again, never heard of it. Could be good, honestly. That sounds very, very promising. And last up, we have, again, another one I've never heard of. Trapped. From the producer of Thelma and Louise comes a white-knuckle, edge-of-your-seat thriller starring Academy Award winner Charlize Theron, Courtney Love, Stuart Townsend, and Kevin Bacon. When their daughter is taken for ransom by a gang of serial kidnappers, a young doctor and his wife find themselves held hostage while the 24-hour plan to extort their money is set into motion. With time running out and the health of their asthmatic daughter at serious risk, they find themselves in a race against the clock as the perfect crime begins spiraling towards an unthinkable, terrifying, and deadly conclusion. Okay. So yeah, I have heard of none of these movies. So Trapped, 73 Minutes, To Your Last Death, and Proxy. Definite good month this time. I'm curious about all of these. Honestly, and like I said, I've never heard of any of them. So that's kind of saying something. You know, I have quite a big knowledge of horror movies. I love horror. I wouldn't have this channel if I didn't. And to have never heard of any of these, either I've been living under a rock, or these are all some hidden gems. So, hopefully it's the latter. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll leave a link down below if you want your own horror pack. They're definitely worth picking up. That's it for me. See you next time.